So what is up, guys? Welcome back to the More Nick Ackerman channel. In this episode, you're going to learn about the Amazfit GTR2e and if you should buy this thing. So review here. GTR2e, taking it over to the left, this does have an always-on AMOLED display, ultra long battery life. I can confirm this thing is like 14 to 24 days in regular use, and you can go even further in battery saving modes. You'll see just a bunch of stuff on the back, just confirming, model names and things like that. Nothing too serious. Also on the right side, you'll see it does say blood oxygen saturation measurement, sleep quality monitoring, and the Pi health assessment system. So like it'll measure your activity levels and things like that. Now in the box, it just comes with the watch, which I already have out over there. And they give you this charger right here, which you can kind of just place on the back here. It's magnetically. Like it goes like that vertically, and then it'll just charge the watch really easily. So you just get that charger and the watch and a booklet inside. So we don't need to go unbox this thing right here, but let's talk about how much it costs. It costs $139, so it's a steal for what you're getting here. 24 days of battery life is one of the reasons why I've been wearing this over my Apple Watch and Samsung Watch. Now, when it comes to the actual watch itself, you can get it in obsidian black. You can also get it in matcha green and slate gray. On the back of this watch, it does have a plastic build here, and it does have quick release straps here for the watch right here. It is a round face. The GTR stands for round, and then they do have a GTS2e. We're going to review this one later. This is the square. So the S stands for square, the R stands for round. We're reviewing the round one today. Now, the watch itself without the strap is only 32 grams. So this thing sits super lightweight on the wrist. You barely even feel it. And it's actually not that hard to sleep with due to its light weight. The body is aluminum alloy, so you're not getting a stainless steel body at this price point, but really it doesn't matter. It still feels pretty premium for what you're paying for it. 5 ATM waterproof, so it's not the best, but you can definitely probably get a little bit wet and there shouldn't be no real issues. It does have a 1.39 inch AMOLED display on here, so it's very nice. It's very deep, rich blacks. You do have very good contrast on the display as well. And it does have 326 PPI. And if I go ahead and brighten it up, this thing gets ridiculous bright for a smartwatch. It actually feels as good as a screen on your smartphone. I'm not even kidding to you. It might not come through video, but when you're actually seeing this in person, it is a beautiful watch. Now, this front touchscreen is of a tempered glass material, so it's very sturdy and tough. I've actually bumped into a few things in the past week, and I found no scratches, no cracking, nothing like that. So it does have a pretty tough display as well. This is not going to be Amazfit's T-Rex beast mode, but definitely it is a very nice display. Now, you can see right here, there are markers here. If you do have, like a analog face on here, there are markers around the face, and they look a little bit brighter on video. In person, they kind of just blend in with the display, so don't think that these are going to really stand out. These little markers around the edges, they do blend. You barely even notice they're there, but they do match up with good analog watch faces, and they make it look very clean. Now over here you have tactile buttons. Now these buttons on camera appear to stick out pretty far, but in person I assure you they're not a big deal, and they actually have very good click. Now when you click that top button, you'll be able to go through all of these features in here. You have your activity goals. You will have your Pi system right there, which give you a Pi score, telling you how physically active you're being. Over here you have your heart rate, which will tell you all this information about your heart rate. If you go down, you got workout modes. There's like 90 workout modes, and if you scroll all the way down and you go to more, there's way more workout modes right there. So plenty of working out. Let me go through those one more time. Skiing, free training. You can see trail running, climbing, elliptical, open water swimming, pool swimming, indoor cycling, outdoor cycling, walking, running. Basically the stuff you would want to do is here: cycling, swimming, outdoor sports, indoor sports, dance, combat, ball, water, winter, leisure. There's not many workouts that aren't available for this watch. You'll be pretty good there. This will track your activity, history. So if you start doing a lot of activities, it'll give you kind of a history of that. And then if you scroll down here, you do have stress monitoring, SpO2, blood oxygen on a watch at 139. That's pretty amazing. For Apple devices, you have to get the Apple Watch Series 6, which we all know is like 400 something bucks just to get the SpO2. This one gives it to you at 139. So what a deal. Now, when it has weather, you can go down and see the weekly weather. It's freezingly blasting cold here in Chicago right now, but definitely we do have, weather on board. Now on this watch, you do have music. It kind of just lets you go through the tracks if you link it up with your phone. Like if you're listening to something in your headphones, you can change the song right here from the watch. Then you have the alarm settings. and you can see you can do an alarm. It'll vibrate your wrist. There's not any speaker on here that really gives you some sound though. So this is not the watch to buy if you want to make phone calls or texts on it, but still, some people don't need that stuff. It has an internal temperature sensor, so it can measure your internal temperature. This is pretty crazy for a watch. Pretty awesome feature for people who really want an extra thing. Now there's no blood pressure monitoring on here, so that's one thing you're not going to get. But if we go into settings here, we do have watch face settings. You have display and brightness. You have vibration. Yes, there's an always on display for this if you were wondering. It can do analog. You can do analog on this watch face, or you can do digital on here. Now, let me go through some of the watch faces here to show you what I have installed. You can see right here, you can put multiple ones. There's like over 50 on the, Amazfit Zep app. We'll show you that in a second. But you can see plenty of different watch faces that will give you rings showing you if you're hitting your step goals, your battery charge in the middle, also your Pi score, stepping. You could tweak some of these out too. So if I scroll back over here all the way to the front, you'll see, let me get out of there. If I scroll back here to the front, you can see the ones with the little marker icon. You can tweak things within those. So you can change between steps, battery, humidity. There's a lot of little features you can change in some of those with the marker icon at the bottom. But let me go ahead and get out of this watch face right here and show you the first one that I really like. So this one right here, you can change this out as well, but look at all this information on screen. You can get plenty of information. Now you'll link this up with the Zep app. So if I go over here to this Samsung phone right here, you can see that we do have sleep scores, which one of the things I really like is a sleep tracking on this watch app. So right here, you'll see I have a sleep score of 88 last night. I did use this last week, and you could see it gives you very detailed data, including your REM sleep, your napping. It can even track your naps, light sleep, deep sleep, awake sleep. It even tell you if you're going to bed too late, your night sleep regularity. And you could tweak this to do even more intensive tracking within the watch settings. But if I head back out of here, you'll see that this definitely gives you quite a bit of information. You got your steps, you got your overall sleep score, heart rate. It'll track your heart throughout the day, throughout the week. It'll give you a total overall score. Right here, and if we go to profile, you can see you can easily connect this through Bluetooth. Now, sometimes the connection will go away and then you have to bring the watch closer to the phone, but overall, it's pretty decent. And you see in here, we do have different watch settings. They do have shortcut cards as well, notifications. On here, if you're wondering how notifications work, it kind of just gives you a notification and it doesn't really, do much more. There's not a lot of interaction, so it kind of just lets you look at it. So it's not the best if you're trying to do all the smartphone functions on your watch. It's more of a really good fitness tracker with a lot of smartwatch-like capabilities. So let me go to the store because I know you want to see the watch faces. I'm not going to show you all of them, but there's definitely a lot of watch faces, and Amazfit can update this to bring new watch faces to the watch. So you can see right here, as of right now, this is what's on the store, and definitely quite a bit you're working with here for the watch faces. They're all very clean. It's not like they put a bunch of junky watch faces here. And then you go to watch face management and you could tweak them out. Now, some other things I want to talk about is this thing does support quick release bands. So if you have any bands that are 20 millimeters quick release, you can switch them out. So plenty of customization with the bands. Don't worry about that. Battery life. This is the most important part of this watch. Now, I charged this watch last night at like 6 o'clock p.m., 2% overnight. Now, the first 100 to 90 drops a little bit quick, but 12 days, I used this 12 days straight, and just yesterday, I decided to throw it on charge at 51. After 12 days, it had 51% battery life. Insane battery life. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice some of the full smartphone features to have this long a battery life, but still be able to track my basic health markers on my watch. And if you really want long battery life, consider picking up either this watch, the Amazfit GT2e as well. This one also has very long battery life. And if you want a smaller one, check out the Mini. I'm going to leave links to all of them, my Amazon affiliate links down below, so you could check them out. These are pretty dope watches. I'm not even kidding with you. Now, a couple other things before we head out of here. If you swipe to the left, you do have your cards, which is kind of a quick view at all the main stuff you want. You can swipe through those things this way as well, and it always cycle back to the front. So if you get lost, it'll come right back to the clock. You can also click this to go right back to the clock. And then this bottom button is programmable, but I have it set to workout. So if I do a workout, I just want to click that and go to a workout. Well, let me get up out of this watch face. Let me hold this down. and we'll get up out of this watch face really quick. As far as the performance, I don't think it's the fastest watch in the world, but it's definitely not slow. It has a smooth feel and it works pretty well. They didn't throw a lot of software on here, so it doesn't have a lot to, manage here when it comes to speed, so it's pretty decent. When you pull this down, you do have a torch on here, so if you need that flashlight when you walk into the bathroom at night, you don't got your phone, you can't see nothing, you got that. It does have a Find My Phone. Sorry if I blasted your ears off right there, but it does have that and many more features in here. It does have, a theater mode, a low power mode, battery saving mode. If you want to get that 45 days, you can lock the screen. It'll tell you the date up there. I mean, this thing is loaded for the price. So overall, I'm very excited about this watch. Introduced at CES 2021, so I'm very excited about this watch. This watch really does offer such a good value. It has a lot of health tracking features. What does it lose though? Like, you're saying, well, you're really high on this watch, Nick, but what is the problem with it? What are the cons with it? Well, it doesn't do, the typing back to people, taking messages. It doesn't have a microphone, so if you want to make calls and texts. They do have the GTR2 if you want to do that. So there is a watch that does that, and that one's only like $20 more. Then this one's like $179, $169, somewhere around there. So if you want that feature, look at the GTR2. This is the 2e to save a little bit more. But if you're like, I don't really use that stuff, all I really wanted was sleep tracking. I just wanted to have a watch that lasts a long time with battery life. I want that round look because I like the way maybe a Galaxy watch looks. This is definitely a great alternative to those. And I actually am liking this more just because it hits the basics and it looks really good on the wrist. Let me go ahead and put this on the wrist. It fits light on the wrist, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy this if you're looking for more. If you're looking for a better than those cheap budget fitness trackers online, or those watch wannabes that are like $50 on Amazon, if you want something a little more higher end, but you don't want to go $300-400 for a smartwatch, this is an excellent thing to consider here in the Amazfit GTR2e. So I hope that helped you out if you were considering this watch. And if you do have other watches you want to see or anything like this, let me know down below. Thank you very much for continuing to support the More Nick Ackerman channel. I'm considering bringing more things to this channel that are different from what we do on the main channel. So thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, share if you haven't already. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.